There are an estimated 47 million of these people on the planet right now. By the end of this, you will know if your cousin is one. Stay till 8 minutes. You're born as a crypto trader. You do not know this yet. You are a normal baby in a normal house. Your first taste of volatility is the temperature of your formula. It is either too hot or too cold. There is no perfect middle ground. This conditions you. You cry not for hunger, but for the injustice of inefficient bottle warming protocols. Your parents think you have colic. You have a premonition of gas fees. Your destiny is written not in stars, but in a white paper you cannot yet read. Your childhood is defined by asymmetry. Other kids collect Pokemon cards based on cool art. You sort yours by potential future market value. You trade a holographic Charizard for 3 common Pidgeys because you believe in the Pidgey ecosystem long-term. You lose the trade. You claim it was a strategic sacrifice for liquidity. In 3rd grade math, you are introduced to percentages. This is your awakening. You do not care about the pizza slices. You care about the annual percentage yield. You explain compound interest to your teacher, Mrs. Gable. She gives you a sticker. You ask if the sticker can be fractionalized and sold as an NFT. She sends you to the principal. You learn about money. Other kids get allowances for chore. You negotiate a performance-based bonus structure tied to your grades. You propose a vesting schedule for your ice cream rewards. Your dad laughs and gives you a $5 bill. You immediately ask if you can send it via PayPal so you can convert it to USD coin. He puts the $5 bill in your hand. It feels foreign. It is a centralized physical asset with no smart contract. You are suspicious. You hide it under your mattress. You check on it every hour for 3 days. It does not move. You consider this a stable, low-yield investment. You are 8 years old. And just like that, you reach the most insufferable period of being a crypto trader. You're a teenage crypto trader. Your algebra notebook is filled not with equations, but with scribbled tokenomics of dog-themed coins. You run a Discord server for a coin called Floki Moonshot. It has 12 members. 11 are you on different browser. You convince your grandma to invest $200. She thinks she's buying a gift certificate for Floki's, a restaurant she misheard about. The coin pumps 20%. You are a genius. You take a screenshot. You post it on Reddit with the title Diamond Hands Pay Off. The coin dumps 90% the next day. You do not tell grandma. Comment cope below if you've ever rugged a family member. You get your first part-time job at a movie theater. Your first paycheck is $187 after taxes. You do not buy clothes or video game. You convert the entire amount into Bitcoin on Coinbase. The transaction fee is $4.50. This pains you more than the labor. You watch the price for 6 straight hours. It moves up 0.0003%. You calculate your gains. It is $0.00561. You have earned less than a penny. You consider this a successful proof of concept. You are building your stack. You tell your friends you are stacking sats. They are stacking trays of popcorn. They do not understand. You try to explain your portfolio at the family Thanksgiving. Your uncle asks what you do. You say you're a digital asset portfolio manager. He asks if that's like Robinhood. You visibly shudder. You explain the difference between centralized and decentralized exchanges. You use the word trustless 4 times. Your cousin who works at Applebee's asks if you can buy Bitcoin at the ATM. You sigh. It is a sigh of profound, soul-crushing superiority. You pull out your phone. You show them the charts. The charts are all red. You say this is a buying opportunity. You say the macro environment is favorable for accumulation. Your aunt asks if you want more yams. You say you're accumulating yams. No one laughs. You get your first real job at Best Buy to fund your trading. You spend your entire first paycheck on a coin called Pulse Chain. You heard about it on a Twitter space hosted by a guy with a frog avatar. The coin does nothing for 6 months. You check the price every 17 minutes. Your manager catches you on your phone in the Geek Squad cave. He says you need to focus on customers' hard drives. You tell him hard drives are legacy storage. The future is on chain. He writes you up. You consider this a badge of honor. You are being persecuted for your vision. You quit 2 weeks later to trade full-time. You have $800 in your bank account. Subscribe so you can keep crying about people you've definitely met. And then you become an adult with the trader genes in full bloom. Your apartment is a monument to screen glow. You have 3 monitors, one for charts, one for Discord, one for a live stream of a guy in a basement eating cereal and talking about Fibonacci retracements. Your diet is Celsius energy drinks and Soylent. You have not seen natural light in 72 hours. You are waiting for the breakout. The breakout never comes. You develop a theory. The theory is that the market is being manipulated by the Federal Reserve and a secret cabal of whales. You tweet this theory. It gets 3 likes. One is from a bot selling trading signals. Dating is a series of asset interviews. Your Hinge profile says building generational wealth, ask me about my seed phrase. Your first date is at a coffee shop. You order a black coffee. It is the only thing with a fixed known price. You spend 40 minutes explaining how Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation. She asks if that's why your Netflix subscription just went up 5%. You do not laugh. You check the price of Ethereum under the table. It is down. You blame the date for the red candle. You tell her the vibes are off. She leaves. You consider this a victory. You have 0 matches. You have peace of mind to watch the charts. You join a local crypto meetup at a WeWork. Everyone is wearing the same Patagonia vest. You do not own a Patagonia vest. You wear a hoodie with a faded Dogecoin logo. This marks you as an OG. A guy named Chad talks about his yield farming strategy. He uses words like impermanent loss and APY. You nod along. You do not understand. You ask a question about the security audit of the protocol. Chad says the code is robust. You ask to see the audit report. He changes the subject to his new Tesla. The Tesla is leased. You know this because you ran the VIN through a blockchain. You do not say this out loud. You discover leverage trading. This is your true calling. Other people see risk. You see opportunity. You take out a small position. It is 5 times your net worth. For 3 hours, you're up 11,000% on paper. You screenshot it. You set it as your profile picture on every platform. You do not take profits. Taking profits is for the weak. The market reverses. You get liquidated. You lose everything. You stare at the zero balance. A profound clarity washes over you. You have discovered the secret. The secret is to do the opposite of whatever your gut says. Your gut says to sell the furniture. You buy a new, larger monitor on credit. Your friends have normal jobs. They talk about 401ks and mortgages. You talk about the death cross and the golden cross forming on the 4-hour chart of a meme coin. They invite you to a barbecue. You bring your laptop. You set it up on the picnic table. You explain that you're waiting for a wedge pattern to resolve. A friend's toddler spills lemonade on the keyboard. You see this as a sign. The market gods are telling you to touch grass. You look at the grass. It is green. You take it as a bullish signal for green candles. You go back inside to check Binance. Tag someone who brings their trading setup to social events. They need an intervention. You diversify into NFTs. You buy a picture of a cartoon ape for 2.3 Ethereum. You tell everyone it's your profile picture forever. It is your identity. You join the project's Discord. Your life's purpose is now to vote on community proposals for merch designs. You spend 6 hours a day debating the shade of blue for the next hoodie drop. You call this governance. You are a governor of a JPEG. The floor price of your ape falls 80%. You are not worried. You are in it for the technology of right-clicking and saving. You right-click and save the ape. You set it as your phone's wallpaper. You feel a sense of ownership. A major exchange collapses. It is called FTX. You lose 17% of your portfolio. You are not as devastated as others. You saw it coming. You did not see it coming. You tell everyone you saw it coming. You post a tweet from 11 months ago where you said, "I don't trust that guy." The tweet got 0 likes. You screenshot it and post it again. This time it gets 47 likes. You feel vindicated. You move your remaining funds to a cold wallet. The cold wallet is a USB drive you keep in a sock. You sleep with the sock under your pillow. You dream of USB connectors. You wake up anxious. You check the sock. The USB drive is still there. The market is not. Years pass. You are 34. The boom and bust cycles have etched themselves into your face. You have the eyes of a man who has seen 2 total market collapses and 1 Dogecoin rally to the moon. You have made and lost the equivalent of a house down payment 7 times. You now trade stablecoins for a yield of 4.2%. You call this a risk-off strategy. You explain it to your parents. Your mom asks if it's like a savings account. You say it's better because it's decentralized. She asks what happens if the company behind the stablecoin fails. You change the subject. You talk about the weather. You have not checked the weather in 5 years. Your decline begins not with a crash, but with a whimper. A new, faster blockchain emerges. You do not understand it. The documentation is in another language. The language is not technical jargon, it is actual Korean. You try to use Google Translate. It translates node as node and validator as validator. You are lost. The young traders call you a bitcoomer. They say your time has passed. You insist that fundamentals matter. They laugh. They are trading AI-generated tokens of themselves. One of them makes $800,000 in a day. You check your portfolio. You are up 2% for the year. You tell yourself patience is a virtue, the virtue of being broke. You finally get a real job. It is in tech support for a crypto tax software company. Your job is to explain to other traders why their losses are not deductible in the way they think. You hear your own past arguments echoed back at you. You develop a twitch in your left eye. You spend your nights scrolling through crypto Twitter, now called X. You see a tweet from a 19-year-old who just bought a Lamborghini. The Lamborghini is a rental for the photo. You know this. You still feel a pang of envy. You close the app. You open your wallet. You have 0.003 Bitcoin. You tell yourself you're early. You have been telling yourself this for 12 years. You attempt one final moonshot. You put your remaining savings into a token promising to merge blockchain with artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things. The website has animated graphics and a roadmap extending to 2030. The team is anonymous. Their profiles have cartoon avatars. You send your Ethereum to the smart contract address. The transaction succeeds. The token appears in your wallet. For 24 hours, it has a market cap. Then the website goes offline. The Twitter account deletes itself. The token price goes to zero. You refresh the page for 3 days. It stays at zero. You do not cry. You have no more liquidity for tears. Your legacy is not a fortune. It is a series of obscure replies on 10-year-old Reddit threads. Threads about Bitcoin hitting $10,000 for the first time. You were there. You posted HODL. You got 7 upvotes. You screenshot those threads. You save them in a folder called OG Proof. You show them to no one. They are for you. A monument to the time you were almost right. You die at your desk at age 62. The coroner's report says natural causes. Those who know, know. The cause was watching the monthly candle close below the 200-week moving average. On your tombstone, you asked for the Bitcoin logo. They put a generic pile of coins. It's close enough. All jokes aside, these are exaggerations. Internet caricatures born on social media and spread like wildfire. Yes, the speculative frenzy and volatility of cryptocurrency are real, but turning crypto trader into a universal punchline reduces real people to a single stereotype. Most people involved in crypto are simply trying to understand a new technology, save for the future, or find community in a confusing digital age. Many are navigating genuine economic anxiety with the tools they have. Behind every meme is a real person doing their best, often learning through costly public mistakes. So laugh at the absurdity of the extremes, but remember that financial hope, however misplaced, is a human thing, not just a punchline.